Hey, what's up, Natalie? Mr. T, I came to tell you that I'm really busy and I can't enter your live today. Sorry. Okay, Natalie. So you can go back and watch it after after I'm done. It'll post and you can go back and watch it. Okay. All right. Hola, Joanna. I'm gonna cry. Natalie can't come to class today. I'm gonna cry. What's up, Michael? Where's everybody at? Everybody sleep? Tell everybody wake up. Wipe the coal out your eyes. All right, everybody take a big stretch. Wake up. Get ready to come to class. Okay. All right. Today we're gonna look at page 35. Right. And it's just multiplying whole numbers. Right. It's regular multiplication. All right. I want to make sure you guys are good on that before you go to middle school and you can't multiply, and the teacher be like, "They didn't teach you how to multiply in elementary." Then y'all be like, "No." So I want to make sure y'all good. I want to make sure y'all know how to multiply. All right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number one. I want to respect your time. All right. I know y'all got a whole bunch of other stuff to do. All right. So let's look at number one. Number one says three maintenance workers. I'm sorry, in case you didn't see, we're doing page 35 today. All right. Three maintenance workers at a school are replacing the ceiling tiles in the classroom. The ceiling tiles are, if you look at the top of the tiles in the classroom, those big old squares, those ceiling tiles. All right. So the three maintenance workers at the school are replacing the ceiling tiles in 26 classrooms. In each classroom, there are 108 ceiling tiles. How many total ceiling tiles will be replaced? All right. So there are 26 classrooms. So class one, class two, class three, class four, all the way to class 26, right? So there's 26 groups. Now there are 108 ceiling tiles in each classroom, right? Hola, Andrea. There are 26 tiles in each classroom. So, there are 26 classrooms. There are 108 tiles in each one. That creates a multiplication problem. In a multiplication problem, you have a number of groups times how much. This is the basics of multiplication. Hola, Miguelito. In a multiplication problem, you have a number of groups and you're multiplying it times how much of something is in each group, right? So the problem is they don't say this is the groups. They use other words, but you have to know that that means a group of something. For example, in this problem, it says that they are replacing the ceiling tiles in 26 classrooms. So how many groups do you have of tiles? You have 26 groups, right? Because there's 26 classrooms and each class has a group of tiles. So the number of groups, 26, times How much is in each group? Well, how many tiles are in each classroom? 108. All right. So that sets up the multiplication problem. What's up, Yaylin? All right. That sets up a multiplication problem. Now, from here, all you need to do is know how to multiply. All right. So if you take my class, you know I'm not a big fan of box method. I do standard multiplication. All right. And the reason why I do standard multiplication is because in middle school, they only want you to do standard. So I got to get you ready for standard. All right. Now, if you don't understand how to multiply, you can look at my YouTube channel. I have a series called the 5 different ways to multiply. So I can show you 5 different ways to do the same problem. So if you don't know how to do standard, go back and look at my videos on standard and go back and look at my videos on the other ways to multiply. Again, you can look at my channel, scroll down the videos and look at 5 different ways to multiply, right? But now I'm gonna do standard. It's okay, Michael. All right. So I have 108. All right. You always want to put the number with the most number. You always want to put the number with the most digits at the top. So 108 at the top times 26. All right. All right. I'm trying to get rid of that glitch. I'm trying to get rid of that glare. But anyway, now standard multiplication is every number at the bottom times every number at the top, and you're going from right to left. All right. So every number times 6, then every number times 2, going from right to left. All right. 6 times 8 is 48. So I put the 8, carry the 4. 6 times 0 is 0, but I add this 4 at the top. So that's 4. And 6 times 1 is 6. So the first row is 648. All right. Now I cross. I have already multiplied everything times 6. Now I need to multiply everything times 20. Because when I add them up, it'll be 26. Right? So I've already multiplied everything times 6. Now I need to multiply everything times 20. Well, you can't multiply by 2 numbers at the same time. So that's where the placeholder 0 comes in. You put that 0 right there, and now I just multiply everything times 2, right? And it'll come out like it's times 20, okay? So 2 times 8 is 16. That's a 6. Carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus this 1 at the top is 1. And 2 times 2 is 2. So on the bottom row, you have 2,160. Now, I want you to know, if you do this problem in box method, or partial products, like they call it, if you do it in box method, these are going to be the 2 answers that you need to add up in box method as well. It's going to come out the same. All right? So the last thing I need to do is just add them up. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 6 is 10. That's 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And then 2 plus nothing else is just 2. So the answer is 2,808, which is the letter D. All right. All right. Michael, where did you get 2 times 2 is 4? I didn't have to do any 2 times 2. That's letter D. All right. Any questions about number one? Preguntas número uno. It's okay, Michael. You good? Yourself, no questions, no questions. Okay, cool. So number two. Number two is talking about Emma. Emma and her two sisters each made 38 bracelets to sell at an air. Emma and her sister, Emma and her two sisters each made 38 bracelets to sell at a craft fair. They used 56 beads to make one bracelet. How many total beads did all three sisters need to make the bracelets? All right. All right. Good morning, Mr. Newby. All right. Now, this one says Emma and her two sisters. So you have three people making bracelets. I'm sorry. And they each made 38 bracelets. And there were 56 beads to make one bracelet. And you want to know how many total beads did all three sisters use. All right. This is a two-step problem. Step number one, you need to realize how many people. Step number one, you need to realize how many bracelets you need. And then step number two, how many beads it's going to take to make them bracelets. All right. So step number one, you need to figure out how many total bracelets you need. Well, I have three people. I have Emma and her two sisters. So that's three people. All right. And each one of them is going to make 38 bracelets. So that's 38 bracelets each times three people. All right. Again, this is the number of bracelets. All right. Now, 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2 more at the top is 11. So that means all three people made 114 bracelets. All right? Because it says that Emma and her three sisters each made 38 bracelets. All right? So some of you may be confused and you say it's division. It's not division because all three people each made 38. So that means Emma made 38. Her first sister made another 38. And her second sister made another 38. So really that's 38 plus 38 plus 38, or 38 times 3. All right? So now you realize they made 114 bracelets. All right? I don't know if y'all can see that. It's that glare. The glare off the window. But there's 114 total bracelets. Right? Now, that's just step one. I don't want to know how many bracelets. I want to know how many beads they made. But now that I know you're going to make 114 bracelets, the next sentence says they use 56 beads to make one bracelet. So if they use 56 beads to make one bracelet, then how many bracelets they're gonna need to make? How many beads they're gonna need to make 114 bracelets? So now over here, you say 114 bracelets times 56 beads in each one. This is the number of bracelets, and this is the beads in each one. All right. Now, again, standard multiplication is every number at the bottom times every number at the top. And you're going from right to left. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 2 more, that's 8. And 6 times 1 is 6. All right? So the first row is 684. Cross that out. I put my 0. Now I'm multiplying everything times 5. All right? 5 times 4 is 20. So that's 0. Carry the 2. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus this 2 is 7. And then 5 times 1 is 5 again. All right? So when I add those together, 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 7 is 13. That's a 3, carry a 1. And 1 plus 5 is 6. So in all, they're going to need 6,384 beads. Right? Which means the answer is, again, letter D. All right? Any questions about number 2? All right, make sure y'all hit the like button. Yesel says no questions. All right, Andrea has no questions. Good. All right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna get ready for number 3. All right, Micah got the Wakanda symbol. All right, number 3. All right, we're gonna talk about dolphins. Right, a bottlenose dolphin weighs about 175 kilograms. Jeremy saw 18 bottlenose dolphins at the aquarium. What is the total weight of the dolphins that Jeremy saw? All right. So, again, I want to go back to the basics of multiplication. Multiplication problem, one of the numbers is the number of groups, and the other one is how much of something is in each group. Right? So, in here, I have groups of dolphins, right? So, how many dolphins do I have? 18. Now, I'm talking about the weight of the dolphin. And since I'm talking about the weight of the dolphin, I ask myself, how much does each dolphin weigh? Well, each dolphin weighs 175 kilograms. So 18 dolphins, and each of them weigh 175 kilograms. If I want to know the total weight, I multiply 18 times 175. All right? So that's going to be my problem. Again, 175 goes at the top, right? 18 goes at the bottom. All right? Now, again, standard, everything times 8. So 8 times 5, 8 times 7, 8 times 1. Then you put a placeholder 0, then everything times this 1 at the bottom. 1 times 5, 1 times 7, 1 times 1. Right? It's called standard algorithm. You're going to get in the rhythm. So it's 8 times 5, 8 times 7, 8 times 1. Then put a 0, 1 times 5, 1 times 7, 1 times 1. All right? It's a rhythm. Right? Now, 8 times 5 is 40. So that's 0, carry the 4. 8 times 7 is 56, plus this 4 is 60. So that's 0, carry the 6. And 8 times 1 is 8, plus this 6 is 14. All right? So 1,400 is the first row. All right? Now I cross out my little added things at the top. Now, since I've multiplied everything times 8, I need to multiply everything times 10, because 8 plus 10 is 18. All right? So I've done everything times 8. I'm going to put a 0, and I'm going to multiply everything times 1. And it'll come out like it's 10. All right? So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1. All right? Now I just add them all up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 4 plus 7 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So it's 3,150 kilograms, right? Which is B as in boy. Good yourself. All right. Now, good. Now for number 4 and number 5, I'm going to ask you to tell me which number is which. All right. So I'm going to read number 4, and I'm going to ask you which one is the number of groups. Then I'm going to ask somebody else how much is in each group. All right. You ready? For number 4, it says each student in a math class is making a 12 by 12 array with 144 square tiles. There are 23 students in the class. How many total tiles will the students need to make the arrays? All right. Again, one of the numbers in my multiplication problem is the number of groups I got. The other number is how much is in each one. All right. So if there's 23 students in the class and they making a 12 by 12 array with 144 square tiles. Which one is my number of groups? Is it 23 or is it 144? Type it in. Again, one of the numbers is going to be number of groups, and the other one is going to be how much is in each one. All right, Yesel and Michael. All right, let me help you out. All right. Do I have 144 tiles in general? Or let me read it again. There's 23 students, and each student is making an array with 144 tiles. So is 144 the number of groups, or is that how much is in each one? Well, the question says each student is making an array with 144 tiles. So that means how much does each student have? Each student has 144. Well, what are my number of students? Well, my number of students is 23. All right. So Andrea was correct. Instead of groups, you can look at the word students. All right. See, the problem is not going to tell you which word means groups. You just have to think about it. Because each student is going to have a group of tiles. So the number of groups is the number of students. All right. You just have to know that. You have to read it and understand the question. Right. Each student is going to have a group of tiles. Well, how many tiles is each one going to have? Well, each one is going to have 144 of them. All right. So that's why the number of groups is 23, like Andrea said, and how much is in each one is 144. All right. I just want to make sure you guys are understanding. All right. Now, for my last two problems, I'll go ahead and do box method. All right. Hopefully, this will be the last time you use box method, because in middle school, they won't let you use it. All right. So box method is 144. 144 times 23. Well, 23. All right. That means you need 6 boxes. So, first thing you do, take each number and separate it in expanded form. Not expanded notation, just regular expanded form. All right. 100 plus 40 plus 4. 20 plus 3. Right? Now you're going to multiply every number on the side times every number across the top. All right? So it's real easy. You multiply the first numbers, you write that in, and then you put the number of zeros you need behind it. So this is 20. So 2 times 1 is 2. Then I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So that's 2,000. All right. So 20 times 40. 2 times 4 is 8. Then I have 1, 2 zeros. So that's 800. 2 times 4 is 8 again, but I have 1 zero. So that's 80. Now, 3 times 100, you know, 3 times 1 is 3, and that's 2 zeros. So that's 300. 3 times 4 is 12 with 1 zero. That's 120. 3 times 4 is just 12 by itself. All right. Now you add across 2,000 plus 800 is 2,800. Plus 80 more, well, that's 2,880. 2,880. All right. Now, 300 plus 120 is 420. And 420 plus 12 is 432. All right. Now make sure you don't put the 4 under the 2 because this is 2,000. This is 400. Make sure you put the 4 under the hundreds place. Right? Now you just add them up. 0 plus 2 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 1 more is 13. And 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3,312, which is letter C. All right. Any questions about number 4? You can type it in. If not, you can put the circle with the line drawn through it. Means no questions. All right. All right, cool. So we got one more left, right? All right. Number 5 says Noah put 14 boxes on each of 26 shelves in a warehouse. Well, each box weighed 12 pounds. What is the total weight of the boxes that Noah put on the shelves? Right? Well, I'm looking for the total weight. But what I do know is I have 14 boxes on each of 26 shelves. So that lets me know that a shelf has a group of boxes. All right, let me say it again. I just read the first sentence. Noah put 14 boxes on each of 26 shelves in the warehouse. So 14 boxes is each because it says 14 boxes on each of 26 shelves, right? So how many in each? 14 boxes. And what's the number of groups? Well, each shelf has a group of boxes. So instead of the word groups, in this problem, we're using the word shelves. So the number of shelves is 26. And how many boxes is on each shelf? 14. So the first problem you're going to do is 26 times 14. That will tell you the number of boxes. Then after that, it says each box weighs 12 pounds. So after I get the number of boxes, do it times 12. All right? Well, 26 times 12. Again, I'm going to do it in box method for you. $26 is 20 plus 6. 14 is 10 plus 4. 1 times 2 is 2 with 2 zeros behind it. That's 200. 1 times 6 is 6 with 1 0. That's 60. 4 times 2 is 8 with 1 0 behind it. That's 800. I mean, that's 80. I'm sorry. And 4 times 6 is 24. All right? So if I add them up, 200 plus 60 is 260. 80 plus 24, well, 80 plus 20 is 100. Plus 4 more is 104. All right? So when I add it up, 260 plus 104, that's 4, that's 6, 3. So that is 364, but this is boxes because this is 26 shelves and there's 14 boxes on each shelf. That means that this is 364 boxes, right? But you haven't solved the problem yet because the problem don't want to know how many boxes. The problem wants to know if each box weighs 12 pounds, what's the total weight of the box? So now I got to take the number of boxes and multiply it times 12 because there's 12 pounds in each box. Again, I have 364 boxes. So my new problem, the number of groups, the word is boxes. So my number of boxes is 364. And then it says there's 12 pounds in each box. So that's 364 times 12. All right. Now, $364. 12 is 10 and 2. All right. Now, 1 times 3 is 3, and then I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. That's 3,000. 1 times 6 is 6, then I have 2 zeros. That's 600. 1 times 4 is 4, and I have a 0 behind it. That's 40. 2 times 3 is 6, and I have 2 zeros. That's 600. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 0, 120. 2 times 4 is 8. All right. So now I have all boxes filled out. Now I just have to add. 3,000 plus 600 is 3,600. Plus 40 is 3,640. Right? Now, 600 plus 120 is 720. 720 plus 8 is 728. Remember, put the 700 under the 600. All right? Don't put it under the 3,000. Right? So once I add them up, 0 plus 8 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 7 is 13. And 1 plus 3 is 4. 4,364 pounds. All right? Oh, 4,368 pounds, which is A. All right? Any questions about number 5? Or any questions about any of the problems we did today? All right. Andrea says no. Yesel says no. Miguelito says no. Now, Michael says no. Now, did y'all do y'all reading homework yesterday? Remember yesterday I told you to look up Boston Tea Party? Did anybody Google Boston Tea Party? If you Google Boston Tea Party and you could tell me what it is, give me a thumbs up. All right. All right. So here's what we'll do. For the last few minutes of class, what I want you to do is this. If you looked up Boston Tea Party, I want you to type in the chat, I want you to type in what was the Boston Tea Party. Nobody typing in? All right. So the Boston Tea Party is when Drew, you're exactly right. It is. It's a political. It was a political protest, right? So you know how right now everybody was protesting about George Floyd and how the government, how the police officers killed him, right? So Michael and Andrea, your answers are correct. It was a political protest, like Andrea said, and like Michael said, America threw the tea in the ocean. Good. So what happened was when America was first a small country, we belonged to England and we was a part of England, right? And we was just a little small country that still belonged to England. Well, what happened was we had to pay England money for being a part of England, right? But England was taxing us and taxing us on tea, on tea, on tea, but they didn't want to give us rights. They didn't want to treat us equal like everyone else in England. So what happened? We protested because we wanted to be treated right. So normally when we had to pay the tax on their tea, we didn't pay the tax on the tea. We dumped the tea in the ocean, like Michael said. And that was us protesting the fact that y'all not treating us right. So what you're seeing in the streets these last couple of weeks, people protesting and rioting and all of that, that's been happening in this country since the beginning of this country. Right? Taxation without representation, like Ms. Anubi said. You're taxing us, but you're not giving us rights and representation. So what you're seeing with George Floyd, that's been happening in this country. That matter of fact, that's how America became a country separated from England. When we did the Boston Tea Party and dumped all the tea in the ocean to protest, we ended up going to war with England, and we won, and that's how America became its own country. So the 4th of July is coming up in a couple weeks. Well, the 4th of July is Independence Day from America. So if it wasn't for the Boston Tea Party, it would be no 4th of July. So if it wasn't for them protesting, America wouldn't be a free country. So when you see people protesting for George Floyd or protesting for police officers and how they killed unarmed black people and all of that, just know that this whole country was built on protesting. Right? Right? Thank you for your lesson. All right. So I'll give you another reading lesson next week, okay? All right. Anything else? If you have any questions for Mr. T, you can type it in. If not, if you don't have any questions, you can put no questions. All right. And I will see you guys Monday at 11 o'clock. There's no summer school on Fridays, okay? All right. This is Mr. T. Love you guys, all right? See you Monday at 11. Peace.